Hi, this is Sarah James with Jesse James Beads, and this is Backyard Beading Hotel Room Edition. I am in Tampa, Florida, the night before a bead show at the Florida State Fairgrounds in Tampa, Florida. If you're around, come and see us. If not, glad that you're here so that we can do this really fun and simple necklace tutorial. We're going to be doing a necklace that features a Jesse James Beads strand as the focal piece, a cording, a little piece of Jesse James Beads chained reaction, and also one of our magnetic clasps. Our strands and the chain also can be purchased online at jessejamesbeads.com, or you can find it at Joann Fabrics, and I believe also AC Moore. The chain is definitely at Joann stores. So this very simple necklace. We're going to need one strand, one package of chain, a clasp. This is Premium Grand Finale number 12, gold with some gold stones. I know the lighting isn't very good. A few jump rings and some crimp beads. And then 2 pairs of pliers, some wire. I chose a gold color to match my strand, and also nippers. So, first plan of action is to cut the beads off the strand and restring onto the Beadalon 7. What you want to do with the Beadalon 7 wire is to measure out about 7 inches of length, because that's how many beads are on the Jesse James Beads strand, and give it a little snip. Then what you need to do is make a loop. This loop is what we're going to use to connect it to the chain a little bit later. So just slide the first piece onto the crimp bead, then fold that little end in and tuck it on into that crimp bead a second time so that it makes a little loop there. And then you want to take your pliers and give it a little squeeze, real tight. And then that tail end there, just nip it off as close as you can without it coming undone or anything. So a little snip. All right, now we're ready to string. So if you haven't done it already, snip the wire that the beads are strung on. And you can rearrange the beads if you like. You can use your own beads, whatever you please, but using the strand is really simple and easy because it's already all laid out for you, and you can have an accessory to wear that evening to go with whatever outfit you'd like to wear. So just quickly string the beads. Oh, whoops. Here's this big old one that's going to be our focal bead. You can see it's really pretty, this seated bead. I love this one. And I know the color isn't so great in this video right now, but it's a really lovely green and brown color. I believe it's spinach. The color combination spinach, either one strand, number 1 or number 2. We don't have this one online right now, but I think if you go to your local craft store, you should be able to find it. Okay, so now we have our strand all strung up on the new wire. Now what we want to do with this end is just the same that we did with the first end. We need to make another loop. So take your crimp bead, again, and just slide it on to the strand. Take your other end and stick it on through. And here's where you want to pull it pretty tight. I like to kind of keep my finger in there a little bit and pull towards my finger. I find that that allows me to get it as tight as possible while making this little loop. Now my finger's stuck a little bit, but if you don't have fake nails, hopefully that won't happen to you. Okay, then just grab onto it with your pliers. Make that loop like we were talking about from before. And once you got a loop the size that you like, just make a pinch down like we did in just the step before. And again, trim the tail. All right, step one is complete. We have our strand all strung up and we're ready to move on. So what you want to do is take your chain reaction, and take it out of the packaging, of course. And what you'll find is that the chain, which is 18 inches total in length, is held together by a split ring. So the easiest thing to do is to just take this split ring, grab both ends with your pliers, open it on up, and slide the chain out. So now we have one length of chain and we're ready to begin. Now you want to pick up one of your jump rings with the first plier, and then using the second one, go ahead and just open it up. And it's important to open it up using a motion backwards to forwards. You never want to pull outwards because that's going to make the metal weaker. So now we have this open jump ring, and you just hold it still with that pliers, and you want to slide the restrung strand on, and also while on the same side, or no need to move hands or anything like that, slide the chain right onto that jump ring as well, and then take your other pair of pliers and just close the jump ring up. Real simple. Alright. Okay, now here's a part that you can do a little adjusting and a little preferencing. So you can take what you have here. Let me just take this first necklace off so I can show you properly. Take what you have already working with and put it around your neck and decide where you'd like the necklace to fall. If you want to use all 18 inches and have it come down low, you can do so. You don't need to do any cutting. If you'd like it to be a little bit shorter, like I prefer mine to lay right here in the nape of my neck, then you have to see where on the chain you'll need to cut. So that's about where I want to make my snip. The chain is all connected with little rings. Everything has its own little chain connector, but in between that you'll find almost like jump rings, but they're one piece. So it's important to just take your nipper tool then and snip it, and then you'll be able to slide that excess piece off. You may need to do a little turn it around with your other pliers. There we go. Okay, now I'm ready to continue. So we'll do the same as we did with the other side. Pick up your second jump ring. Oopsies. Take the pliers and open it up. Slide end number 2 of the chain. Oopsies, I still have that other chain, or that other link stuck onto there. Okay, you want to slide this in through the hole, and then the other end of the main focal piece strand, and then take your other plier and just turn it on in. All right, looking pretty good, right? So now it's time to add the clasp. If you do it long enough and use the whole 18 inches, you can even just slide it right on top of your head and not even worry about a clasp. But since it's shorter, we have to make one. So what you want to do is find the center, or close to the center, that center link, and give that a little snip. And now we're ready to add the clasp. You're going to be working with a jump ring again. So, just like we've been doing, you're a pro at it by now. Open up that jump ring, slide the piece of chain on, take your little magnetic clasp, handy dandy, and slide that on there, and close that jump ring up. Whoopsies. Magnetic clasps are always real interesting to work with when you're using your pliers, because the magnet just loves the metal. Alright, now for the other side. Same steps all over again. Pick up your jump ring. Give them a little twist. Drop the clasp into the ring, drop the end of your bracelet onto the ring, or your necklace, excuse me. It's late. I've been working, setting up that show I was telling you about. Give them a twist together, and voila. Beautiful, simple accessory, made in minutes, ready to go out and just dress up your life. Look at that. Super simple, really pretty, really classy looking products, and you can get them online or at Joann's stores. So thank you so much for tuning in. Appreciate all the love and positivity we get back from you. And if you're in the Tampa area, come see us at the State Fairgrounds for the Bead Mercantile Show this weekend. Thanks so much. Have a good one. Bye.